right, well, I appreciate your patience. I know it's a complicated scene, you know, so it's lots to do. We're going to be out here for a little while. So tonight at about 11:13, several calls came in about a male subject firing a gun from his balcony at the pool side. One call said he emptied an entire magazine or clip from his weapon, shooting inside the room, out, shooting from the balcony around the pool area. We had reports that somebody was shot. We have not validated that part yet. So officers did respond. He was back in the room when we responded. They secured the area. They evacuated the rooms around the subject to make sure folks were safe. We, through research with the front desk who checked in, we found a family member, got his phone number. We tried to make contact several times. Our SWAT team was called out. And as you might know, that's when SWAT team comes out, it's a whole different situation. They slow things down. They're really methodical in their approach, right? So they tried to make contact with no contact. You know, there was no reciprocation from the suspect. We put gas in the room, trying to get him out of the room. And as the entry team was going to make entry into the room, we have to check to see if he had harmed himself or somebody else in that room. He came through the window with a gun, the front bay windows that you see on these apartments, at which time our SWAT team engaged him. He was shot. I have since learned that he's passed away at the local hospital. Our SWAT team is still here right now. 4 of them were engaged in this as far as shooters, and we'll figure that out. They'll all be on administrative leave, and we'll go through this investigation methodically, and they'll stay on administrative leave until those check boxes are done as far as policy process and their well-being, of course. It's a high stress, intense situation. So far, thank God, we've found no other community members who have been harmed. I'm glad they called in when they did. We were able to respond. Again, the officers were not harmed. Now, this individual is a white male. I think he's 27 years old. I don't know how many times he was shot. I don't have those answers yet. He has expired. I think he's from out of town. He's not a local. So we'll know more, and you'll know more when we know more, okay? We'll reach back out. All right?
Quick question. With something like this where your mind immediately goes like, was the person on drugs or anything like that? Is that things that you guys will be hearing from a medical examiner?
We sure will, yeah. ME will determine that. We'll research history on this individual to see what struggles he may have had, or if he had any kind of drug use or whatnot. But right now we deal with his actions that were extremely dangerous to this area. He fired several rounds toward the hotel next door. We're going to check over there to make sure those occupants are safe and not harmed. But again, an extremely volatile situation. SWAT team did a great job. Our officers who arrived initially did a fantastic job securing folks and making sure they're out of harm's way. And from here, you know, we slow things down, and we're going to do a really methodical investigation. Okay?
And you know family members here from that individual?
I haven't seen any family members here on scene. We have contacted some during our research to figure out who this individual was initially. So again, in this type of situation, we were able to lock it down and do some due diligence. Unfortunately, he pressed the issue, and we had the results that we have today.
You said that some people from the hotel were evacuated, right?
The adjacent rooms, yes. Anybody who could have been in harm's way from gunfire were removed from the rooms while we approached this investigation, this scenario, really, until we had him in custody.
So what was that exact time again that the shooting started and when officers were out?
11:13 is when the initial call came in, and from there, you know, this process was a few hours, right? You can see. So I appreciate y'all being out here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.